Then we have the MLG series, which is should be all the high-end products, if I'm correct.
So, if anybody's familiar with SteelSeries, you know that we're based from esports. That's where we came from, and there is no better league in North America or even the world right now that's run as professionally as Major League Gaming. And so when we got together with them, we said, hey, what would you like to make together? And they said, we want the best. We want to make the best thing we can. So we said, okay, so how do we make the Sensei better? Which is a very hard question to ask. We did a lot of great things with the Sensei, and essentially what we came out with was this. And we made the gunmetal casing on it a nice dark color.
So it's a bit darker than the normal. Okay.
Much darker. It's a dark gunmetal casing. Really, I mean, if you held the two next to each other, it's significant. Yeah. The other benefit is it's got all the same features as the original Sensei with some enhancements. The buttons underneath the mouse have an increased, we call them tournament grade. It's an increased durability, really high-end button switches underneath it, so the internal components are enhanced over the original Sensei. The other thing we changed is the internal sensor. The laser sensor is actually more sensitive. It goes up to 16,400 CPA.
That sounds dangerous to me, depending on the surface you have. I mean, every little bit of dust can affect it.
What you'd like to do, again, with SteelSeries Engine, you can adjust that in increments of 1. So you could turn it all the way down and use one of our giant mouse pads and just sweep all day if you'd like. Or you can, you can only move your mouse this much if you'd like to. But it has the sensitivity to do that. And that's really what it's about, is every player plays incredibly differently, and SteelSeries Engine is available to configure for that individual player. And of course, being found in esports, that's where our onboard memory comes from. The original idea behind that was, hey, I've got my mouse working perfectly the way I need it to at home.
You want to take it to the tournament.
Store it on the mouse, plug in your mouse, and you're ready to go. And that's really what it's about when you go to a tournament, is not having to do it.
Definitely. I mean, I think the worst problem is that your sensitivity is just not the same.
Precisely.
Then you won't get that headshot.
We actually have a calculator on the website where you can punch in your sensitivity in-game, and it'll tell you what you should set your CPI at so that it's equivalent to what you usually play with. That's available at our Sensei webpage. But storing those profiles, having them available, and Major League Gaming said we need to make the Sensei better, and that's what we did. We made it, we gave it the original colors, but these are still capable of 16.8 million colors, so you can customize that any way you want. We put the MLG logo on the screen. Still, you can change that out for as much as you'd like. You can put anything you want down there, your name. Actually, that's what a lot of our tournament players do, is they put their names on the bottom of them so you know which mouse is yours. And that way nobody can steal it from you. We put white glides on it, but they're the same UP material, low friction, material we use on everything. So an upgraded sensor, an upgraded great switches, just makes a better esports mouse. And with the number of buttons on it, you can disable some if you'd like to. You can enable them all, and you can set them all like you like. Again, it's just the most configurable mouse on the market.
Cool. And what's the price that you pay extra?
$89.99.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
it's really sharp. So basically, Sensei, especially this one, is when you really know what you want, you know what to configure. I mean, you get so many options that you really have to know what you're doing. So it's really I think for the hardcore players, they'll have great fun with it.
Yeah, and the community had a big part in designing this mouse. At the last Major League Gaming event, we had a booth and we set up a survey and we said, what do you like in your products? Do you like bigger, smaller mouse pads? What kind of keyboards do you? What kind of mice do you like? And a lot of the features that we put in the original Sensei were very much validated. They looked and they said, overwhelmingly, everybody wants a braided nylon cord on the products, and we've been doing that for years. And we did it because it was high end to us, and it turned out that everybody loves it. Nobody wants anything different when it comes to a high end mouse. And same thing with the illumination and the fact that it's functional illumination. So the CPI indicator can change to indicate what mode you're in, and the screen on the bottom allowing them to on the fly change their settings while they're at a tournament without having to install SteelSeries Engine. You can change everything on the mouse using the buttons. The community had a big part in defining that, and that's what we do. That's I think essentially what SteelSeries is about, is defining a mouse for the community. So it was really cool to have them a part of that.
Cool. That also brings me to the mouse pads. So you said you also did a survey on the size of the mouse pad. What size is the MLG mouse pad?
The MLG is a QCK Plus. It's the big one. It's a big one, and there's more to come. From MLG and SteelSeries partnership is a lot more to come, and it's going to be very cool stuff coming out of it.
Cool. Definitely looking forward to it. So thanks for going up over the new lineup, and then hopefully I see you guys at the next show.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.